the introducing of the speaker to himself, but I think he can explain himself better, yeah, Azreen. But all I know is I had a small chat with him, and that's his passion. Body language is his passion, and he's sort of integrated that in his PhD. So it's going to be very interesting, and I hand it over to Azreen.
Right, good day everybody. I hope you guys doing just fine. Quite a number today. Really quite surprised. Thank you for everybody for coming. I also thank you guys for promoting my session today, because last week when I look at the attendance, only 2 registering, so I'm already worried. Well, again, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate that you come. Today we're going to do a simple workshop called Mastering the Body Language. Alright, I do believe we need these kind of skills in our daily life. Yeah. Now, but we're going to cover 2 things. Before I forgot, please scan this QR code for attendance. Okay, if you haven't do so, for the first session, we're going to cover 2 parts. We're going to cover understanding the basic body languages, and then we're going to look at the micro and macro facial expression. Simple one. Okay? And then hopefully we can have a little break, and then after that we're going to continue even more further. The most interesting session in my workshop is how to detect people's lines. This is quite interesting as well. Alright, now hopefully we can finish somewhere around 1 each. Yeah? Again, for today's agenda, quite simple, quite simple one. I'm going to focus on basic body languages. I'm going to focus on the micro and macro analysis of the facial expression. After the break, I'm going to teach you how to detect a fake smile. Some people smile every day, yeah. But the thing is now whether it's genuine or not, that's the question, isn't it? Now, next one, and last but not least, at the end of the session, I'm going to teach you how to read whether the people are smiling or not. Quite interesting as well. Yeah. Now, before we go any further, learning objective for today, you're going to cover 2 things. Alright? First of all, first thing first, you're going to understand and able to differentiate between micro and macro facial expression. Number 2, by the end of the session, you'll be able to identify facial indicators of comfort and discomfort. There are 2 things we're going to cover today. Alright? Now, before that, I'm going to introduce myself. I am Azreen Kifli, and then my field is actually in quantity surveying and project management, which is totally different from this field. But I stumbled upon a TV series called Lie to Me, and then I feel like I'm interested in that particular thing. I combine that, and then I do my PhD, study construction workers' behavior. So I did that. Once I complete my PhDs, and then I'm going to share with you some of the basic knowledge. Yeah. Now, how about we do some ice breaking? Shall we? Right? I do understand some of you know each other, but whether you guys know well or not, that's another story. Alright, so yeah, here we go. So I'm going to distribute to you a piece of paper. A piece of paper. Can you pass it to the back? Alright, some ice breaking today before we go any further, yeah? One for each person. One for each person. Okay? Now, what I want you to do now is, wow. Yes. What animal do you love the most? Horses, alligators, tigers, elephants. Yeah. What food? What is your favorite food?
Beverage.
which country do you like to visit? Do you want to visit? Some people say Australia, some people say Switzerland. Some people said Greece. Second last, what is your favorite color? Red? Is it purple? Is it yellow? And last but not least, what is your hobby? Have you done? That is amazing, Edward. Thank you so much. All right. Please raise your hand if you're done. That is nice. Who have not done yet, please raise up your hand. Okay, we're going to wait for another minute. Yes. All right. Are we good? Are we cool? Now, here's what you're going to do. So, here's what you're going to do. All right? You are not allowed to sign your paper. What you have to do now, you have to sign the other people's paper who have similar or same interests as you. Do you get what I mean? Let's say sign. You cannot write your name. You have to sign your name at the other people's paper. Alright? So let's say Darwin like red color and Shabir like red color, then both of them can sign their papers together. But you cannot sign initial, yes, in the box, yes. Yeah, alright. Are we? Okay? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, you can stand up now. You can stand up now and walk around. Try to find your partner. Come on. Try to find your partner.
Aduh, akak ni lain sangat, lain era. Ya, aku tak boleh lalu tu.
This one. If you can complete all that, I'm going to find the first 5. If you can complete the first 5, then you can come to me. Reading. I read even in the traffic light. Any snakes? Snake on the side. Because I don't even know this is common. Right, guys, the first 5. The first 5. Why not, sir? Whoever completes 5 boxes, come to me. 5 boxes.
Ikan, fish,
Seafood.
seafood. Tak, cameraman agak buat. Okay, you sign. I want to collect the signature. It's a success, ada. Azam. February. You like to eat milk? Your favorite? February.
Any snake over?
Me snake.
Aku nak cari makanan. Tak dulu daripada Johor. Tak ramai orang.
Tiga ada anything in common?
Japan?
Tak ada. I dengan you memang tak ada.
Pedas tak?
Langsung tak ada. Apa ada?
Tak ada.
Brown tak ada.
Pedas tak?
Rabbit tak ada. Nan buat handshake.
Have a seat. We have a winner. Alright, we have a winner now. Alright. That's amazing. Okay, have a seat. We have a winner. No need to submit already. We have a winner. Alright. Wow. When we start the session, everybody will look mellow and then not energized. And then when we do activities, everybody really into it. I really appreciate that. Alright, cool. Now we have a winner. Yeah, we got 5 people participate. Submit to me quite early. Managed to send it to me. So the moment of truth is here. Can we have Regina Karuma? Yes, come in front. Sorry. Okay, can I know who is this?
I know this.
Who's this?
This is category. You have 2 similarities, November and dog.
Oh, right, cool. May I know who's this?
I think it's Shabir.
Shabir. You
White.
like white color?
Yes.
That is amazing. Wow.
Camera.
Thank you so much. The reason we did this, we don't know whether you guys know each other or not, yeah? Alright, next one. Can we have Farah? Farah, come in. Come in. Yeah. Farah, may I know who's this? Susan. You like cats, Susan? Wow. Who's this? Katsalina. Wow, alright. That's amazing. You want to go to Japan, huh? Ooh. This one. Susan as well, baby. Wow. Congratulations. We want to know next one, Intan Shafiqa. I think this is our intern, yeah? This is our intern. Hey, what was your name again?
My name is Thomas.
Thomas, yeah, nice to meet you, Thomas.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Who's this, by the way, Thomas? Who's like nasi goreng?
Is it you? Oh, okay, nasi goreng.
Yeah.
She tried rice, but I tried.
Okay, last one. Who wanted to go to? Oh, no one wanted to go to Macau. Okay, who's this?
It's me, but I don't remember.
No, it's alright. It's okay. You still get the breaking is simple. We want you guys to know each other. Despite you know me already because I introduced myself, but whether you guys are comfortable with each other is another thing. So you have to know each other. Yeah? Now, but the aim is simple. You guys have to, you know, when you go around and then you meet somebody else, oh, I met you in the training, Dr. Azreen training, and then, nice to meet you, blah, 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 and so on. It's much more better, yeah? Now, come back to this section, yeah? We come back to this section. Now, did you know non-verbal languages happen every single day? As a matter of fact, about 90% of communication is actually non-verbal. Meaning that the way you stand, the way you sit, the way you convey your message, the way you talk, the way you touch your head, the way you touch your brush your hair, those are non-verbal communications. Now, this means that every gestures, everything that related to your movement is actually conveying message to anybody. Yeah? Now, this is start with this TV series. This is what we call it Lie to Me. This is US TV series, somewhere around 2010, I guess. During my study, what I did was I stumbled upon this TV series. It's similar to CSI Miami, similar to CSI New York, so on. It's just like there's one guy, this guy, who expert in body languages. What he did was he extract the information while interrogating those criminals, and then based on the information from the criminal, he got the case. Right? So I watched first episode. Next thing I know, I finished the whole season. Yeah, and then this is where I feel, you know, this is. I think I want to do this. I want to learn more, and so on. You know what I did after I watched this kind of TV series? I actually go to the mall. If you go to any malls, at the middle of the mall, there's a big atrium. Am I right? A very big atrium with very big spaces. Some of the mall, they place some stools right around the malls. Right? So what I did was during that time, I go to the mall, I sit the stool watching people. Not like a pervert way. I just stood there, I watched people, how they behave. You can see people's reactions when the kids are very struggling, seeking for ice cream, and then the parents didn't give to them. You can see the boyfriend faces make when the girlfriend wanted to go shopping. You can see every kind of reaction if you really look at them. So I study from that, which is interesting. Yeah. Now, but today's content, first content, I'm going to cover some introduction, basic body languages and its significance, your universal body languages, which is I do know you know, but you just don't realize it, right? And then macro expression, how to spot fixed smile, micro expression, and some of the tips of reading body languages, which is interesting to me. Now, people who dress in a certain way actually wanted to, trying to project a certain image of themselves. The way you dress today is something that you want to tell everybody. Some people wearing or dress black color. Why?
To look slim.
To look slim, exactly, correct, to look slim. Yes.
On spot.
On spot, that is nice. Because you're wearing red today, Shika. No. Some people sometimes are wearing leather jackets in the class. Why? Because of course it's cold. But at the same time, I want to project that I'm young, I can be friendly with the students, and much more rugged, sexy because they are confident with themselves. Sometimes with people wear a very tight shirt because of the confidence feelings. Yeah. Now, what is body languages? Actually, body languages refer to non-verbal communication. Anything that you don't speak, the way you move, the action, behavior, the attitudes is actually a non-verbal communication. It's conveying messages, thoughts, and emotion. Okay? It's not only message, it's the way you convey your message in emotional way. So people can have the pittiness or anything related to emotions during the conversation. Yeah? But however, there are 3 types of non-verbal communication. The first one is actually these facial expression. Number 2 is these gestures. And then last but not least is the posture. So every single time you stand, if you're slouching, you are not, you are nervous. If you are, shoulders back, we can see you are confident, something like that. Okay? Now, by universal body languages, I do believe you know this, but I don't know whether you're realizing or not. Let's do a quick survey. Yeah? What is the universal body gestures when people saying yes?
Nodding.
Of the head.
Yeah, exactly. People are nodding. How about saying no? They're gonna just turn their head right and left and right. Yeah? Saying that, I don't know. Yeah? But what is this? Most of my Indian colleagues are from India. When they said something and then they try to agree on you and then you do something like wiggling your hand. So this is actually not a universal language. This is a cultural thing. Yeah, some of the Indian doing this because of the culture from ancestors and so on. Yeah, it's not wrong. It's a cultural thing. Yeah. How about this? Yeah, universal language. Yeah, people are always smiling. They are smiling since they are born. We didn't taught them how to smile, but they naturally smile. So this is a genuine smile. You can see over here, the boy is smiling as well as this guy. How to know they are smiling? Because based on their eyes, we can feel the warmth, the welcoming feelings on that. But do not be surprised, because smiling can be a threat too. How about this? This is smile too, am I? This is considered smiling too. But this is not a friendly smile, this is a threat. So smiling can be a threat as well. Alright? But looking at the eyes. So what is the difference between these two? This one. This one is much more welcoming, friendly, and so on, but this one much more, threatening in some way. So the difference is you have to look at the eyes. Understand? I'm going to teach you a bit even more further how to read the eyes. Do you understand so far? Okay, good. Right, now, so let's do another exercise. Guess this one, yeah? What is the universal body language for I don't know? Exactly. Yeah, they're going to do this. They're going to do this, right? I don't know. This is universal. How about everything is okay? People do this. People do this. Everything is okay. But be careful. Some of Europe countries, this is actually offense. Yeah, to other countries. I think Amsterdam. Yeah. Why? Sexual way. How about this? No worries, all good. Thumbs up. Very good. People always do this. This is universal. Without realizing it, you know it. Alright? Okay, move on. Now, what is the significance of body languages? It's easy. First of all, we want to enhance the communication. Imagine you in the meeting. Face-to-face meeting is much more live meeting because some of the people switch off the camera. Macam biasa buat. Right? Number 2 is conveying emotion and attitude from the. Okay, if you want to have one-on-one session with the counselor, it's much more better to have one-on-one physically because we can feel the emotions. We can feel the trauma. Let's say if the student have the trauma, of course. And then understand the underlying meaning behind the message. Based on the body languages, we know that I am interacting with you. That's why I'm moving my hands right now. Hopefully I'm not moving my hand too much, but this is how we try to convey a message. Yeah. As another one is cultural differences. Remember the picture that wiggling the head right just now? That is yes. Of course. I'm feeling warm. Right. The next one, the impression management. How you try to manage your impression with other people. And last but not least, we want to build relationship with other people. That's why business relationship is much more better if we do it physical. Yeah, sometimes people go for playing golf and so on. Yeah, have a lunch meeting to build your reputations. So far so good? Okay. Now, I want to tell you this. We started communicating with other people since we are 1 day old. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
The moment we came up with within our mother's womb, we start to communicate to the doctors. Agree or not?
Yes.
Yeah, through emotions. Okay, you can feel this, yeah? The moment the baby comes out from the mother's womb, and then you can feel the coldness of the aircon and then start to discomfort, and then you start to cry. You're giving a message to the doctors that I'm not comfort now, I'm discomfort, and then please do something else. And then the doctor tried to wrap up the babies and try to do switch off aircon or anything. Yeah? Start communicating. Do you agree? Right. From there, we can know when the baby is discomfort, he starts to smile. When the baby starts to having distress, discomfort, he starts to cry. Right? So the keywords is two here. The keyword is comfort and discomfort. I want you to remember this one. Remember this one. Comfort and discomfort. Because these two keywords we're going to dwell again by the end of the session. So far so good? Right, now, the origins of non-verbal communication, there are two. Is naturally happen, and then another one is inherent. There are only two emotions that naturally happen. Based on the research, the emotion that naturally happen is happy and sad. Happy and sad. That's why comfort and discomfort naturally happen. Other kinds of emotions that not related to happy and sad, for example, anger, frightened, is actually inherent. You learn it from other people. We learn from our parents. For example, anger, what else? Frightening, contempt, those kind of emotion we inherit from other people. Yeah? For example, this one, this baby, look at this baby. From happy to anger. So the happy is actually naturally happen. Anger because he learned it from his parent. Yeah? Next one, sad. You can see the emotion of the baby because of discomfort, lapar, you know, or nak susu, or something like that. And then this one naturally happen or inherit. He learned it from the parents, inherit, yeah. And last but not least, this one. Discuss. This is actually inherit, right? Yes.
Is that inherent or inherit?
Inherent. Inherent meaning that
Means it is there permanently already, right?
it's permanent because you learn it from somebody else. Yeah. Inherit from the parents. That is wrong spelling, I guess.
Yeah, it should be inherit.
Inherit. I'm so sorry. Thank you for noticing. Pointing. I really appreciate it. Inherit meaning that you learn it from your parents. All right. Move on to the next one. This is Joe Navarro, another body language expert from FBI. He's a former FBI agent. Now, according to him, it is in order for us to read body languages is based on the face. The moment that you wanted to start to read body languages, you start from the head. Right? Start from the head. Why? Because you know this, during the morning, especially the guys, yeah, we set up our hair this morning, and then we know that he is going to start the day. During the evening, start to watch the guys, my hair, the guy's hair, and then maybe clouding a little bit, they are scouring here and there. It's not nice. So we know that these guys actually haven't gone through the work all day and then experience some of the things. You have to watch at the head. Number two, you have to watch at the forehead. The forehead, if you don't have any emotion right now, your forehead is actually clear without wrinkles, flat. Started to touch your forehead. That's it. Next one, you have to look at the eyebrows, yeah, because any emotions, eyebrow will play their roles, either squinting or turning down or go up, yeah. Any kinds of emotions going to show at the eyebrow. Next one, you have to look at the gabella. Where is your gabella? Is the space between these eyebrow. This is gabella. When you are angry, your gabella is actually squeezing, stressing, yeah, tensioning at the gabella right there, yeah. So if you can see, much of the emotion is showing at your gabella area here. Next one, what you need to see is their nose. If you're discussed, you tend to do this squinting like a bunny nose, right? Yeah, like a bunny nose right there. So you have to look at the nose as well. Next one, you have to look at their mouth and lips. Because when they smile, you can see the lips going upwards. When they are sad or disgusted, they try to fawn down and so on. They are having stress and distress at your upper lips. Alright? So there are variation of smile based on the mouth and lips. But in order for you to detect one, you have to look at the eyes. Alright, so now, what is macro expression? Now, in our face alone, we have about 43 muscles in our face. 43 muscles. And each one of them play their roles in order to convey emotions. Any kinds of emotions, yeah, sad, anger, happy, anything, yeah? It's including smiling, frowning, winking, blinking, and so on. And then from this, we can understand that all emotions are showing from the face. Agreed? However, I want to emphasize this one. Macro expression can be fake. This morning, you always do this when you see your boss. Okay? Every time I see Sai, hey, good morning, boss. And then, you know it's fake, yeah? Yeah, now you can see me every day, every time I walk into the boss, because my boss opened his door every morning, and I said, oh, good morning, boss. I always do that, yeah? Yeah, macro expression can be fake. Right?
You're recording.
I know. And then sometimes he fake it too, guys. Alright, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. I'm telling you, everybody knows this. Now, let's move on. There are several emotions. Yeah, there are several emotions that actually exist. If I'm not showing any kinds of citations over here, I do believe you can distinguish every single one of them. Macro expression. Actually, I'm going to tell you this. Macro and micro, it actually is the same thing. But the thing is now, micro, this one, cannot be fake. And it only happened a fraction of a second. It's not even 1 second. It's happened like, boom. That's it. And then this one cannot be fake. This is a genuine emotion. Okay? It's a genuine emotion. Now, It only lasts just a fraction of a second, okay? And then it often occurs unconsciously. You didn't realize it because you feel it in your heart, and then it portrays in your eyes, it portrays in your face, but only a fraction of a second. That's it. Alright? This is revealing the genuine smile. No, the genuine emotion. Yeah? It's just similar to what we learned just now. If you're sad, you have to look at the eyes, the eyelids, you have to look at the lips. If anger, you have to look at the glabella here. You can look at the lips, contraction, yeah. If contempt, you can see one of the sides, one side of the face is actually having contraction, yeah. Or lips tightened on the back. Disgust, you can see from the runny nose, and then from the upper lips, it's actually raised. For surprise, eyes wide open, and then mouth open a little bit, eyes widening. Yeah, eyes widening. This is fear, and then you can see from the glabella right there, you can see their lips tighten at the back. This is actually fear. Similar, sama saja with the macro. But the thing is now, micro, micro cannot be faked. Right? Alright, cool. Now, this is Patrick Bobowski. What he did was a simple experiment. Okay, a very simple one. He got a group of people for an experiment, and then a series of personal news given to the participant. Alright? And then he recorded the facial expression, and then he tried to break down into details. This is the experiment. This is the first video. I want you guys to see it.
So what do you think? Which micro-expressions did you see? Well, let's have a look what the answer is. What you see here is a combination of happiness and disgust. About disgust, you probably know it's the wrinkles around the nose, the upper lip going slightly upwards, the movement that you can see here right now. Happiness is because you see the lip corners slightly going upward. You see the lip corners, both of them going upward? That's a very small happiness there. Let's have a look closer. So here's the disgust, upper lip going upward, and the wrinkles around the nose. You see this area here? That one is moving, and that's why this is disgust. And the lip corners, here are they. You zoom in.
And that's why we call it micro. Yeah, it's really hard to detect. Next one. Yeah, that's one. I want another video.
This is a combination of 3 emotions. So I'll play it once more for you so you can spot it easier. This one is not easy. So let's have a look closer what the answer is for this one. What happens here is this movement, lips pressed against each other, chin slightly upwards. That's sadness. See also the lip corners going slightly downwards a little bit. See this corner here, a little bit. This is sadness. Then also, here you have disgust. You see the movement around the nose, upper lip going upward. That's disgust.
Alright, last one. I promise you this one last one. Yeah?
You know what this is? Before I give you the answer, let's have a look once more. The correct answer here is contempt and sadness. Let's have a look closer together. You can see. So you have a few small moments here, and the sadness you can slightly contemptuous smile here. And let's have a look from the beginning, real time. A bit of content there, sadness, make it contented.
Right, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, micro expression is really, really hard to detect, right? So you have to look at their face quite often, and then you have to really analyze their emotions. Now let's do another activity, shall we? So I print a bunch of pictures, a similar experiment, and then I stop at the exact moment. And then I want to detect what kinds of emotions there is, okay? I only print 20 pieces because I didn't expect you guys to, a lot of them. Some of you guys can share, yeah. Right. Do you need some attendance? Attendance ada? Okay, I got extra. One extra.
Faizal, extra.
One extra. Ada extra, ada extra. Alright. Alright, here's what I want you to do. I want you to assess the picture. We start with the first one. Okay, the first one, you can see from the slide, first one. And then I want you to circle, the reaction. What is the cues? What is the clues? Right? Once you circle the indicator, I want you to detect what kind of emotion is that. Good? Really good.
Anger disgust. Rasanya lah tu. Kamera ni dia juga. Ini dia dia off. Tapi kepala tu semua. Macam ini satu bibir tu bawah sama dia besar. Lepas tu memang tak ada lah wrinkle yang tak ada. Dia hidup dengan dia. Sebab di sini potong di sini lah. Dia macam containment. Tapi every 5 minit dia auto stop. Aku kena tekan balik. So dia tak boleh tinggal.
Oh, kesian tu.
Kau sikap.
Okey tak turun? Right. Is anybody having sign? The attendance? I got plenty of presents. I got plenty of presents. There you go. Are we good? Not yet. Alright, take your time.
Cuba, tapi benda ni payah. Sebab lain orang lain ni. Sedih. Mungkin lah konten ataupun sedih. Sebab itu dia Kan kalau sedih kita lebih tahan. Ya, Bi. Dia yang buka mata besar ni frighten. Spider-Man punya surprise. Tapi sekarang itu mau dia macam eyebrow tu main.
Dia mix feeling.
Alright guys, are we good?
Yes.
You guys finished? Okay.
Please.
Alright. We go with the first one. The first lady. The first slide. What is this emotion?
Shika.
Shika, yes? Sad. What is the reaction? Sad. What is the reaction? Sad. Wow. How do you know this is sad? The lips. And then? The eyes. Eyelids. Okay. So here's the clues. Yeah. First of all, you look at the lips. This is not a normal lips. Yeah? Obviously, this is tightened to the back. And then this also have something going on at the nose right there. It's actually the nostril is actually raised. This is disgust. Yeah, disgust. Remember, you eat lemon, then you do something like that. The bunny nose. This is disgust. Move on to the next one. The slide number 2. What is this? What is this? Frustrated. Other than that, emotion. Contempt.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Disgust.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Angry or sad. Sad. Disgust. Disappointed. Frustrated. Well, you have to look at one of the side of the mouth having, lips tightening raised. You can see from the gabella right there, there's something going on. And then this is contempt. I see somebody of them got it right. You can read people's mouth.
Dia macam ya nanti.
We move on to the next one.
Bukan.
So what is this? What emotion is it? Tell me. Do you want to try? Happy and content. Edward, do you want to try this one? Anxiety. Wow. Speechless. That's right. Content. Alia, do you want to try? Discuss and content. Shabi, do you want to try? You confused already, and some of you guys already get the grasp. But I will have to emphasize on you this one. Number one, in order for you to read facial expression, you have to check for the face and gestures. Sometimes the gesture is contradicting with the face. So this is where it's hard for us to understand what you're trying to convey. Right. And then consider the context. You cannot just go there and judge people, even though we judge every single day. People said, do not judge the book by its cover, but we still judge. I'm not saying me, I'm saying all of us, including me. Alright? The moment I step into any room, the student already judge me. Oh, Sir Azreen wearing jacket today. Sir Azreen wearing t-shirt today. Something like that. Yeah? You have to understand the context. Every single time you have to understand the conversation, what's going on, and then you can learn from that. Look for congruence, expression. expression aligns with the vocal tone. Sometimes we talk a bit louder, sometimes we talk a bit, slower. Okay? So you have to look at the vocal tone. And the next one, check for the clusters and cues. What is that? The thing that I just taught you, yeah? The eyebrow, the nostril, the lips and so on. Last but not least, please avoid overgeneralizing. Yeah? Do not straight away judge, oh, you're sad. Do not straight away say, you're mad. Even though we are not actually mad. This happened with my wife. Are you mad? No, I'm not mad. Yeah? All the time. But I can feel that. Right. Yeah. Sometimes I read my wife's body language. But she keep on denying what I'm trying to convey. But I understand. Yeah? Alright. How about we go for a break? After 15 minutes, we come back, we go for the second part. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, 15 minutes, I think 11:30, is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, that's good, cool, thank you so much. Have a nice break. And for those who haven't not, sign up for the attendance, please do so. Keep it over there. Again, thank you so much for joining this session here. But the thing is now, for the second session, it will be much more interesting. The first part, I'm going to cover the professional handshake as well as the body gestures. Okay? I think we do this every day. And then last but not least, the last session is how to detect people's lying or not, which is, we call it the deceptive body language. Okay? So I kind of use that with my son, lying or something like that. We can definitely spot it right away, which is interesting. Yeah? Now, before we go on, quick recap, I'm going to cover this one, professional handshake types and meaning behind it. I'm going to cover some of the body gestures as well as detecting lies. And then I'm going to show you some interesting thing, which is theoretical structure of discomfort reaction. This one is actually one of my research work, which is I tabulated every single reaction into what we call framework. Okay? Right, cool. Now, start with the first one, professional. We do this every, festival, every day maybe, perhaps, yeah? But most definitely during Hari Raya, we tend to, minta maaf, say, I'm so sorry for our stupid mistake and so on, and then we shake hands, and then so on, yeah? But there are things that we want to convey during that time, feeling comfortness, feeling welcoming, yeah? Sometimes we want to show dominance. Have you seen Trumps shake hands with other people? We can see directly he want to show dominance, yeah? Now, and also handshake can influence people within the first impression. I do believe that. So the way you grip other people's hand and so on, yeah, you can feel it from the expressions. But there are types of handshake that you have to know. The first one is actually the dead fish. What is a dead fish? Dead fish, ikan mati. When you shake hands with other people, and then you kind of feel like you are holding a fish. That's why we call it a dead fish. A weak-limbed, overly soft grip. Little and no pressure at all. And then this one, to show you, that guy is actually lack of confidence, of shyness. That guy could be disinterest, having weak personality, or inexperienced. Okay? So this is the dead fish handshake. Next one, there's another one, we call it sweaty palmer. Can I shake your hand?
Macam mana nak bang?
Oh, that is nice, but it's not firm grip. Right? So this is sweaty palmer. When you hold that guy's hand, it's actually having moist, damp, mostly sweat. Right? So this is having lack of confidence, of course. Lack of confidence, shyness, anxiety. That's why you are sweating like hell. And then unpreparedness and having a physical response. When you're having when you're having anxiety, you start to sweat a lot, right? So this is where it's happening. Yeah, we call it a sweaty palmer handshake. There's another one, we call it the phantom. I do believe you experience this. But don't get me wrong, sometimes when we try to handshake with another religious man, he tried to, get rid of the hand quickly because he don't want the other person to kiss the hand, which is a sign of respect for religious people. So it depends on the context. But most definitely, if that person is not religious, you can see that that particular person is actually discomfort or insecure. That person also lack of interest or commitment, untrustworthy as well as unprofessionalism. So this is what? This is the phantom handshake. Get rid right away. Alright? Retreat your hands at the moment you touch the other person. Alright? Next one is the lingerer. So what is a lingerer? When you shake hands with other people, it's prolong the handshake. As well, when business handshake, right? Business meeting, and then we try to, how you been? How you been? Yeah? Something like that. So this is the lingerer. It's prolong the handshake. Meaning over here, the durations of handshake play their roles. You cannot handshake too long. You cannot handshake too quick. You understand? Yeah? Yeah? Do you agree? Now, this is over-eagerness, overconfident, and then he or she wanted to control the situation, overconfidence, yeah? And then, because of that, social awkwardness. Last but not least, lack of boundaries or lack of awareness, yeah, of the other people's boundaries, which is really bad, yeah. This one is really good. Next one, we have the vise. The vise. When you grip the other's hand too hard, so firm, which is you cannot do that. There are two things over here already. First one, the duration. Number one is the amount of grip. Whether it's too hard or too firm or too soft, cannot. Yeah? Cannot do that as well. This is the vise. Yeah? Strong grip, crushing the other people's hand. This will show aggressiveness, desire, dominance, and lack of empathy. Alright? So this is intimidation as well. This is the vise handshake. We got another one, yeah? We call it the lobster claw. The lobster claw. When you only touch at the tip of the finger. Right? So this is lobster claw. I think you definitely, when you handshake, dati, yeah? Yeah? Only touch the tips of the finger. And then after that, this is to show uncertain, reluctant to connect. This one is social awkwardness. And sometimes overly cautious and reserved. This is always happen when we shake with other people who don't want to be there at that occasions. Yeah? So this is the lobster claw handshake. Yeah? Alright, there are several things to consider when you analyze the handshake. The first one, the grip strength. I already shown you this one just now. Yeah, how firm is it? The duration, the position has to be straight. You cannot bend like this. If you bend like this one, to show dominance. Why? You know, let's say we try to handshake with our kids, right? We handshake like this because we want our kids to kiss our hand, so to show respect. So that's why dominance. If handshake like this, this is to show we are open. Normally we try to handshake with our spouse like this. Now me with my spouse I do it like this. I'm welcoming my spouse to shake my hand. Right? Right? You seldom see Trump doing like this. But in business setting, how is the position? Straight, like this. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. You have to be straight. Right? The duration. How long is the duration? How long is the duration? What do you think?
5 seconds.
5 seconds too long.
2 seconds.
That's it.
2 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's too long.
3 seconds.
It's actually 2 to 3 seconds. That's it. How many shake? 1 or 2 is okay. More than 2 is awkward already. It's more than awkward. Yeah? And then it is nice to have eye contact. Look at the eyes. If you cannot look at the eyes, look at the gabella. And then if you're very, very scared of the person, do not look at the eyes, look at the gabella. So it's fine. Right? Nice. Last but not least, please avoid sweaty hands. Yeah? So I put in the table so that you can, yes?
Like in the Middle East countries,
Yeah?
normally the guys, right, they will just kiss on the cheek
Yeah.
instead of
Shake hand.
the shaking using the hands.
I do, that's the culture here in Malaysia, even between Muslims. If we're really close to them, we try to shake hands and then start to hug. And we didn't touch our cheeks, of course, but we hug. Some of the Muslims, yeah, of course.
Actually, there's also this example, like, when two strong people shake hands and
Yeah.
they know, like, the gesture,
Yes,
the one who tried to dominate would actually try to, like, use another hand.
yes.
Trump does that.
Trump does that. Tabin, can you show? I will show demonstration. Tabin, come here. Yeah, if you look at any kinds of country setting, when two countries, let's say Trump and last time I see Trudeau, from the president of Canada, shake hands. Let's say I am Trump. When he tried to shake hands with another person, shake like this.
Yeah.
He holds another person elbow. Yeah, because he wants to show dominance on the handshake. But how Trudeau reflects? How he reflects? He holds my elbow in the same, hold my elbow in the same time, like this. So we know both of them are powerful. Yeah, yeah. So some of the dominant person, when they try to shake hands, they want to show dominance. But the other person have to reflect so that we are not falling below. Yeah, so you can see some of the example if you look at the news. Yeah. Again, hand position. I want to emphasize hand position have to be vertical. This is to suggest equality. But if facing up, submission. Facing down, dominance. If the duration quick implies that this is nervousness. 2-3 seconds is comfortable to anybody, but it's too prolonged, this is dominance and awkwardness. Right? The grip strength, weak grip indicates insecure. Yes, right?
But if you look at duration, when you look at the handshakes between diplomats,
Yes.
diplomatic relationship, you could see that they keep on shaking hands until they finish that.
Yeah, I do notice that sometimes.
So
Because they
what
try
does
to
it
take-
mean? Does it mean that it's a continued relationship or something like that?
I'm not saying
Between the
this.
countries?
I'm not saying it's discontinued or whatsoever. Because he wanted to have the focus of the other person. That's why he keep on holding hands while talking. Once he let go, you can see the other person turn away to greet another president. I've seen that in Asian conference a week ago. You can notice that kind of things. Next one, eye contact. Avoiding eye contact indicates discomfort. If we can put eye contact into the conversation, or during the handshake suggests confident and honest. And last but not least, some additional gestures. Patting the handshake conveys warmth. Sometimes we do something like this. Right? And then next one, sometimes we pull closer. Do not do that because Trump always pull the other person because to show dominance. Yeah? Indicate inclusiveness. Yeah? That one. Oh, okay, next one. Some barrier gestures. There's a lot of barrier gestures. There's a lot of gestures, but I'm going to focus on the barrier because we often do this every day without noticing. Yeah? But gestures actually, something like this. The barriers when we cross leg or cross hands. When we do something like this, we actually perform a barrier. Okay? Now, what is barrier? Barrier when we crossing arms or legs to create psychology sense of protection. We want to protect ourselves from other people. Sometimes from the conversation, sometimes from the attacks, yeah? And then again, this one depends on the context. Sometimes the context is leisure, we tend to, because of the coldness maybe, we tend to do barriers. Temperature is too cold. Why people perform barriers? This is a natural response, defensive mode, and to protect themselves from something. For example, it depends on the context. For example, this one, yeah? They are defensive, protective modes. Sometimes they want to show firmness. Sometimes they want to hide something, yeah? And then sometimes they want to show dominance and focus when we perform barriers. But this one, according to the we do barriers as well. But there are two types of barrier. There are arm cross and leg cross. But if we look at each one of them, there are several subtypes. Yeah? There are reinforced arm cross, yeah, and so on, as well as the leg cross. For example, okay? This is the standard one, the arm folded and aligned with the chest. This is actually a defensive mode. Defensive mode, not interested, and sometimes that guy is disagreed. Disagreement. And another one is what we call the reinforced arm cross, whereby we clench our fist and then do the crossing with the red face. So this is actually attacking mode. If you see somebody doing something like this, he's ready to attack. Are you Faisal?
No, I'm just practicing how it looks like. I did not know that people do this. The movement is normal like this. Just imagine.
So goodness, if you see something like this, then you have to be aware. When do you see this? Normally at the courthouse. Okay, when defensive and plaintiff having an argument in the courthouse, the defensive trying to defend, plaintiff are ready to attack, doing something like that. Right? So, what should you do when you see these gestures? So, during my time, when I come here, during that time it was Dennis who interviewed me. Yeah, I read his body language during the interviews. When he do this, I quickly switch topics. When the interview, when Dennis asks me, he do something like this, I quickly switch topic because he shows this interest during the interviews. So switch topic, make it interesting, and then he start to do leaning forwards towards the table. So I know he's interested in my story. Yeah. Next one, there's another one. We call it arm gripping gestures, looking something like that. Hand fighting, gripping to stop any attempt of arm fold. This one actually suppress anger, frustration, heightened anxiety, sometimes dominance with resistance. And then another one, we call it a superior hand cross. Thumbs upwards and then clamp their chest under the armpits. Something like that. This is to show the dominance figure. Sometimes to show being in charge and responsible, as well as self-confidence. Right? This is common at hospital when they are waiting for the patients, the result of the doctors. Yeah, we do something like that. And then at the airport, when the flight is delayed, most of the people doing something like this as well, right? And then we can see superior hand cross, okay, when there's newcomers comes in. I can see Edward doing like this when Farah come in to reporting. Edward was standing looking at Farah, oh, newcomer, something like that. That's self-confident. I'm just joking. Alright, sometimes we can see something like this. When you try to cover your private part, this is actually shyness, lack of confidence and insecure. If I ask you to stand up now, most of you guys doing this. Why? Apalah Azreen nak buat ni? Do something like that, shyness. When do something like this, cross at the back, to show you are ready, like an army. I'm ready now, whatever, come on, yes. Yeah, doing something like this. Yeah. Common at the workstation when new staff are introduced to superior. That's why when Mbappe celebrates goal, they do something like this to show dominance. I just scored goal. Yeah, like that. There you go. Right. Sometimes there are partial uncross. This is for newcomers. Most of the new students, when they are coming to the book for the first time ever, they do something like this. Hold and touch, because fearful and scared, anxiety, sometimes shyness as well. And then next one, when disguise uncrosses, this is when all the politicians do this. They want to, when they feel uncomfortable, they feel insecure or nervous, they tend to do some partial openness. The top arm uncrossed, palm divisible while speaking, holding the position arm but not crossing back. And then and then the open postures, last but not least is the engaged stand. This is where both of the people already having conversation, comfortable conversation, look something like that. So when you look something like this, meaning that the other person already comfortable with you, which is nice. Alright? So before we do this, I have an activity that I want you to participate with me. Yeah? Yeah, this is interesting. Because some of you guys already yawning, some of you guys there's interest, I want to, energize. This is what we call the forest test. Forest test is actually a personality test. It's a personality test, yeah? In academic world, they call it thematic appreciation test. TAT. Appreciation. Oh, sorry. There's twice spotted today. I'm so sorry. All right. Appreciation, perception test. Sorry. So this Henry A. Murray actually developed this thematic perception test in 1935. A perception, I guess. In Harvard University, somewhere in 35. Alright? And the thing is now, these tests can identify your personality, your motivation, as well as your emotions. So who is being Murray? This one. This guy. So, and he developed the forest test to strengthen to explore the unconscious motive, to understand your true self, and then make this as a self-motivation, which is amazing. Alright? Now, I want you to do this with me. But disclaimer, this test only consistent around 50 to 60%, and then accuracy around 60 to 70. I'm not saying the accuracy is 100%. Sometimes you do not agree with the answer. It's okay. If you not agree with the answer, it's okay. But most of the people, when I do this test, they're going to agree. Yeah? I don't know about you guys. Yeah? And the next one, you only can run once. I do believe some of you guys already attend my session. You already done this. Second answer is actually biased. If you do this one for the first time, this is actually to reveal your true emotion. Okay? And then, second response is biased. It's okay if you don't agree with the answer. Are you guys ready? May I borrow your trust?
No. Yes.
Aku tak trust Azreen. I don't trust Azreen. I want you to take out a piece of paper and get ready for this one. If you don't have any piece of paper, you can write in your phones. But please write it down. If you cannot write in the paper, you can write in the phone. But please write it down, yeah? Welcome to the forest. Wow, it's a good setting. Wow. I want to switch off the light. Wow, it's more dramatic. There you go. Alright, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Right, the first one, okay? Imagine this. Imagine you lost in the dark in the forest. Alright, you're searching for a way out. My question is, what is the first animal that you hope to see? Hope. You hope to see. You hope to see. What is the first animal you hope to see? I don't know. It's up to you. Write it down. Write it down. Ready? Shall we move on?
Yes.
Yes. Number 2. And then a huge boulder. And on the top of the huge boulder, you come across a friendly tiger that can talk and sing. And that's a very friendly tiger. The question is now, how would you react? What would you do?
Run away.
Do you run away? Do you don't talk to the tiger? Or you hide in the bushes? I don't know.
Yeah, must be a dream.
He's a friendly tiger. He can talk, can sing, can dance. You're smiling. Are you okay? Yeah? Are you ready? Yes, Faizal dah buat test.
I don't know that.
Alright, shall we move on?
Yes.
Right, next one. As you keep walking, you find a house. You find a house. The question is simple. Does the house have fences around it? Ada pagar tak di sekeliling? Yes or no? I don't know. Don't tell the answer, shall we? Right. Yes or no? Yes. Yes, that's one. Move on to the next one. You decide to enter the house. When you decide to enter the house, the question is simple. The question is, how do you enter? Are you entering by door, through the windows, through a small hole, to the back door? Is it to door, windows? No. The question is, you have to enter. Just answer the question. Okay, a good motivational speaker. I cannot be a counselor. Are you guys done? Yes, very good. Move on to the next one. Next one. Once you're inside the house, what is the condition of the house? Yeah? Is it tidy? Is it messy? Is it dusty? Which one is that? Come on, everyone. You can do this.
Can be any of the three.
Yeah, it can be any of the three. But I want your answer. It must be one of them. You guys at the back, okay. Ready? Shall we move on? Next question. Next question is, You go to the kitchen, as you're in the house, you go to the kitchen, you find your favorite drinks. I don't know, could be Milo ice, could be Cokes, could be anything, plain water with the ice. Yeah, maybe. My question is simple. Do you drink it? Yes or no? You thirsty, you are thirsty in the forest. Try to search your way out. The question is simple, would you drink it or not? Would you drink it or not? Don't give me that face. It's either answer or not answer. Yeah?
Water expired.
Water expired already. Would you drink it or not? That's it. Okay. You done? The last question, you go to the back door, you decided to go out. The question is simple. When you open the door, what do you see?
Back door.
Sorry?
The back door.
The back door, yes. When you open the back door, you're in the kitchen, right? You open the back door. What do you want to see once you open the door? That laughing tiger. Interesting. Are we good? Yeah. Alright, that's good. I shall open the switch on the light back. Switch on. Right, we are cool. So that is the forest plants. Okay. Do you want to know the answer? No, that. So these are the interpretation. I'm not saying that if you agree, if you don't agree, it's up to you. But most definitely the accuracy about 70 to 80%. No, 60 to 70, 60 to 70%. Alright? Now, what is the first animal you hope to see? Can I have one answer, dear? What do you see one first animal? Deer. First animal? Bunny. First animal? Deer. First animal, Ashley?
Fireflies.
Fireflies. First animal?
Butterfly.
Butterfly. First animal? Deer. First animal, Susan? Dog. First animal? Bird. You? Wow. First animal? A goat. The first animal comes. A dog. First animal. Horse. Wow, that is amazing. Alright, actually it is, yeah? Whatever it is, the animal represents the type of partner that you desire not. So that particular animal that you want to see, the criteria of that particular animal is the criteria that you want your partner to be.
She chooses tiger. She chooses
Yeah.
tiger.
Tiger. Wow. Wow. Okay, listen up. Listen up.
Nah, she eats. Kena marah sedari itu. Cari pasal.
Alright. The first animal that you want to see is the person that you look into, the good criteria of that particular person. I had one friend who wanted to see a monkey. So I'm not, and then his wife is actually very funky kind of person, which is acceptable. Show traits of a monkey. If Jane wants to see a tiger, then she wanted to have a boyfriend that really fierce. Am I right, Jane? And then the patterns is kind of similar. I have a friend that wanted to see an elephant. And then I'm not joking because his size is quite big. And then his wife is, same size as his. So, similar to the elephant. What do you want to see? A bear. Wow. He is a very passionate, loving person that wants to snuggle and everything. Right. Yeah. A very huggable person. You are now. A bird. Yeah. A rabbit. A very cutie person, something like that, right? My answer was bird as well because I kind of like very small person. My wife is kind of small to me. Yeah. So that is the answer. All right. As you walk and walk and walk, shall we move on? Yeah? As you walk and walk, some of you guys wanted to see a deer, so very intelligent person, that kind of way. So you're really interested in intelligent person. Yeah?
What about the dog?
A dog, a friendly person. Right. All right. This one is quite interesting. What do you react when you see the tiger? As you walk and walk, you find a huge boulder, and then on top of the boulder there's a tiger. The tiger can walk, can dance, can speak, can sing. How do you react? How do you react? Ask for help. How do you react?
I run.
I run away. How do you react? You talk. Very good. How do you react? You walk away. How do you react? Alright, Alia, how do you react?
Surprise.
You surprised?
Of course, I never seen one.
Wow. How do you react?
I think I'll do all three, dancing and talking.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. How do you react? I want to know you. You talk. Alright, okay, good. Actually, the tiger represents your crush. That's it. Listen, if you're married, imagine those days when you're single, that when you see your crush, what you do? Somebody hiding in the bush, like me. I was hiding. That is my crush. I hide. You want to talk? I want to see them. Some people run away. Some people run away. Yeah, from their crush. They don't have the desire to talk to the crush. Shika, I want to know you. You're not moving from that. Wow. I want to know you, Ashley. You talk to them. Wow. What's your answer? What is your answer?
Hakuna Matata.
Hide and watch.
Oh, watch. You watch it. Is it the portion? You watch. Is it a portion?
I already married.
No, before you're married.
Oh, what's it?
Before you're married. Change what you do.
I sing Hakuna Matata.
Meaning you approach a tiger. I'm not surprised because your animal is tiger. I'm not surprised. Right? Applicable when primarily if you're single. That's what. Yeah? Next one. Are you ready? So, when you walk, you find a house in the forest. Do they have fences around it? It's simple. If you have fences, do you have fences? No. Who have fences? Meaning you are dominant in your relationships. Yeah, meaning you are controlling. You are Jane is controlling, and then she wanted to see a tiger as well. She is controlling the tiger.
Ringmaster. Yes.
I'm so pity with you, Jane. So, Hubby, can I go out? No. No, cannot. You have to stay with me. No. Cannot go there. Do you have any fences? So meaning if you don't have any fences around the house, meaning you are easygoing person, you don't mind if your partner wanted to do this and that, which is good in healthy relationships. Yeah. All right. Shall we move on? Yeah. All right. Move on. How do you enter the house? Is it by door? Is it window? Who by the door? Raise up your hand. Who by the window? Raise up your hand.
Back door.
Front who? Front door.
Front door.
Back door. Back door. Enter through the hole. So the door. Enter the door suggests respect structures. You respect other people. This one is straightforward. Yeah? Respect other people. If you go to the back door, you are disrespectful. Yeah? condition of the house. Can we have this? Is it?
Messy and
Messy.
dusty.
Dusty. Tidy. Messy and dusty. Tidy. Tidy. Dusty.
Supreme
That's amazing. Dusty. Now, this is indicate your actual house. Right. I share you my answer. I share you my answer. Okay. I share you my answer. My answer was tidy. Not tidy. It was dusty. And then you can come to my house and see all the shelves. Most of them are dusty, except for the floor because we not mop like we just vacuum every day. Except for the shelf, the TV, and you can see that there's dusty. We don't have time for that, yeah. Then you get the idea, of course. Move on to the next one. Once you're inside the house, you go to the kitchen, you find the drink. The question is simple, would you drink it?
Yes.
Drink, raise up your hand.
Drink. Yes.
Drink.
Yes.
Yes.
No, just supporting them. It's
Don't drink, raise up your hand. Wow, there's a lot of people, which is good. Yeah. Now, if you drink it, meaning that it replaces your self-control. So, for example, let's say you're having a wife. You drink, right?
Yes.
You don't mind
Just
taking.
drink.
You don't mind taking your wife belongings, isn't it?
This one is nothing.
If you drink it, meaning that you don't mind taking your wife or your partner's belongings. Right? Permission, of course. That's good.
Not drinking is good.
Not drinking is good. Not drinking. Because this is not yours, so when you drink it.
Correct.
Next one. When you open the back door, what do you want to see? The garden. What do you want to see?
I see a witch.
A witch! Ashley, what do you want to see? When you open the back door, what do you want to see?
The house owner.
The house owner. What do you want to see?
The owner.
The owner of the house. What do you want to see?
Nothing.
Nothing. Seriously, nothing. What do you want to see? A park. That's good. What do you want to see? The forest. What do you want to see?
I say forest.
Oh yeah. Susan.
Yeah.
Sunlight garden. What do you want to see? Hafiz. River. What do you want to see? Okay. Shall we?
Forest.
The forest again. Okay. This one is very subjective. If you answer is quite beautiful, some scenery or a pathway, some sort of that, meaning that you already plan your life goals. You have your life goal, what you want to do in the next 5 years.
5 years.
Other than 5 years, 10 years, you have your own. If, I'm saying if, you don't have any definite answers like gardens, river, pathway, other than that answer, it's actually you actually reach your comfort zone. You reach it, you don't have any vision for the next 10 years or next 20 years. I didn't ask yours. What do you want to say? No, way back home. It's a very short-term people. So they reach the comfort zone. Alright? Now, my next question is, would you agree with the test?
No.
No.
Agree.
Some of the answer is acceptable.
90% agree.
90%. Who agree with 100%? 100% agree with the test.
I think none.
Done. 90%. Okay, that's amazing. You and Chica. Who don't agree at all. It's okay. It's all right. I know title. Yeah. Okay. I hope this is going to be interesting as well, because this is what we call a skill. So a skill detecting whether people are lying or not. Right? Perhaps we can do this together. Yeah? Now, how to detect people's lie? Do you remember two keywords just now? Comfort and discomfort. When people lie, they will reach the discomfort zone. Will reach discomfort zone. What do you react? You will turn to comfort zone. Do you understand? Once you lie, you will reach the discomfort. Naturally, you will comfort yourself. That's why you want to turn into a comfort zone. Alright? So how we detect them? First of all, we have to ask so many questions to them. Silly question also can. Yeah? And then, because of the various psychological changes that occurs in the body, we can detect those kind of changes. And then you have to exhibit the psychology changes related to nervousness, fear, and emotional discomfort. I'm going to teach you how. Before we go do that, I want you to practice that one. You want to play betul ke bohong. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So some of the people watching Astro, there's one like a segment, like a TV series called Betul ke Bohong, whether you can ask series of questions. Yeah. So this activity, I'm going to choose several individual, which is I already did yesterday. Alright? And then I already prepared those statements. And then the people that I call the names have to come forward. You guys have to choose. Okay? And then he read the statement. You guys will start ask questions. I don't mind. Silly question also can. Right? Ask questions. And then from there you can see, exhibit his behavior. Are you guys ready? Can we have the first one? Can we do Shabi first? Let's go, Shabi. Can you hold one of them on your left side and then one of them on the right side? No, hold it, both. Oh, both. Yeah. Okay. Right. So which one do you want him to read? Left or right?
Right.
Right.
Right. Give me the left one. Open it and read it. Out loud.
Okay. When I was a child, I once took a chocolate bar from the supermarket without paying because I didn't have enough money. Feeling guilty, I told my parents and they scolded me for stealing. I even thought about running away from home, but my mother managed to calm me down and persuade me to stay.
Right. Who want to ask questions? First questions?
This is true story or what?
No, you have to detect. Ask a different
I
question.
mean, this is the story that Chabi told you. Or just a random story?
It's a random. I don't know. You ask questions.
Oh, this is your story, Chabi.
Sorry?
No. Ask the other question like how many bars? How many chocolate bars? Yes.
What chocolate is that? What brand?
Sneakers.
Sneaker. Any other questions? Tanya lah, banyak sikit.
How old were you?
Wow.
How old were you?
11.
11. Any other question?
Did you
Questions?
do it after school or before school or tuition or whatever? Where did you what? Where?
After school, I was tired.
Where are you going after that?
I'm coming from the school to my home.
Alright.
Did you really feel guilty to run away from the house, or you just wanted attention from your parents?
No, I was really feeling guilty.
Which supermarket was that?
Supermarket is just like a store.
What's the name of the store?
I can't remember. It was something like 99 more.
Okay. Question. Ask question.
You were alone or with someone?
No, I was alone.
What was your age then?
11.
It's a lie. Because there was no 99 speed mark.
Any other questions? Questions at the back? No questions? Questions? No? Okay. Before we go, okay. Who believed the story? Who believes is it true? Raise up your hand. It's a true story. Who believes is it lie? Why does it lie?
Oh, did I?
Why it's lying?
When he answer, he likes to thinking, and then the eyes looking up, and then like thinking something to say.
Yes.
He was not confident in the answer.
Any other answers? No? Shafi, is it true or lie?
So, it's not my story.
It's a lie. So you can see, the both gestures is ready to being attacked. He's ready. But in the same time, he's trying to comfort his emotion. He's trying to move around and do something like this, like a barrier to a barrier from the questions. So I would say you're lying. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, thank you so much, Shafi, for the time. Shafi, I got things too. I got tricks.
Yeah, sneakers, right?
Unfortunately, no. Can we move on to the next person? Can we have Kak Diana? Diana Nauradarus, yes. There are 2 envelopes now given to her. Which one do you want her to read, left or right?
Right.
Left.
Left. Seems like that. Thank you.
Tunggu cakap.
I was the vice president of the Girl Guides Uniform Unit during secondary school. In Form 3, I participated in a whistle marching competition and became the champion at the Gobak district level. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue to compete at the Selangor state level as I wanted to focus on my PMR examination.
True.
Yeah.
Wait up, hold on. Question first.
Kau ni kan.
Okay, questions?
Where's the hometown?
Where's the hometown?
Batu Caves.
What year is that?
Oi.
What year is that?
1991.
1991.
What's the name?
Sorry, that is primary.
You're not that old.
1995. Sorry.
You're not that old. So the question again?
What's the name of your school?
What's the name?
Sekolah Menengah Taman Seraya.
Other questions? Yes?
Do you excel your PMR?
Some sort, yes. But not 8 straight A's, but yes.
Any other questions? You have to give more questions.
What's the slogan of Girl Scout?
The slogan. Forgot already.
Sorry, forgot already.
Other questions? Questions? Give her questions, yes.
You regret not participating for the state?
Actually, yes. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Is there any questions? More? Edward, do you want to ask question?
What was the aspiration back then?
Aspiration on not going there.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Actually, my mom didn't allow to join to continue it.
so you said to focus on your academic.
I need to focus more.
Alright. I don't think there's more questions. Any more questions? No? No? Who said this is true? Raise up your hands. Who said this is a lie? Raise up your hand. Why you say it's lying? Hands, you indicate shyness.
Some things like already prepared. I don't know. I use my logic usually, so I'm not really good.
She's prepared. That's it. You're saying. Why you
When
say?
she was constructing a lot of answers.
Is it?
She was rolling her eyes.
Yeah, constructing.
I'm gonna explain much more detail on that one. What else?
She's using her own experience reflected by the story. So she was calculating when she was in secondary school.
Yeah.
Okay. I will tell this. People must people always what we call confused with their eyes. Yeah, when people are lying, when people are answering the questions, sometimes the pupils go upwards. Now this is not indication of lying. This is an indication that they try to recall back. That's number one. Recall back. And number two is he forget the answers. So he tried to recall back. That's why he tried to find answer everywhere. Indication of lying is not that. Alright? So, Diana, is it true or false? True. Is it true?
This is why I say Azreen is too before asking any question. The story is too detailed, and when she read the story, you can feel that she is going back to the memories of that story.
Exactly correct. Yeah, I agree with that.
She
Because
was blunted. She blunted.
I asked the true story from her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sensed it because he said Gombak, right?
Yeah.
And then she was very quick in answers, sekolah menengah, selayar.
Exactly.
So I was like, how is it like Gombak? How did you know?
The
Gombak and
coincidence.
selayar came.
But the kid is
It's
under
actually
the
the same
first
district.
string
Gombak.
is
Gomba and Sayang, you should be in the same
Yeah,
district.
correct. That's why when you said Gombak,
Yeah.
she said the sekolah's name is Sri Selayang or something, right?
Yes,
So I was just wondering if it's not true, how is it like coincidence, your story and that one?
It's correlated. So actually, before we attend this training, I already approached her, asked for the story.
That was my question when was I shall be.
Yes, correct. Why not the envelope was the true story? Yeah, another one. Correct.
The false story, I didn't give them.
I'm happy that you choose the wrong one. You won't believe what I have.
The false story, I didn't show it to them, so they don't know. They will reveal the true emotions. If I ask them to create a false story, they will be much more prepared. I only ask them, before the training, I only ask them the true story. That's why I prepared this. Can we move on to the next one? Can we have Tavin? So guys, again, which one? Left or right? Left or right? If you choose right, raise up your hand. Left.
left.
Can I have the right one? Can you open and read?
When I was in Form 6, on my way home from school, I was hit by a bus in Precinct 8. The accident was considered quite serious, but I was sustained minor injuries.
Questions? Questions? Can you read them again because they are not focused?
When I was in Form 6, on my way from home, I was hit by a bus in Precinct 8. The accident was considered quite serious, but I was sustained minor injuries.
Question. The first question is questions.
What school?
SMK Persilapan. Hospital Tertiary.
What type of accident?
I was hit by a bus, was injured here, on the backside.
You are riding motorcycle?
Yeah, by riding.
How old are you?
I was in Form 6 during
17.
Were you born, did you grow up in Putrajaya?
Sorry?
You grew up in Putrajaya?
Yeah, I grew up in Tertiary.
So what's your IC media to number?
1-0.
Any other questions? Any other questions?
Did you have to undergo surgery?
Just some stitches.
Stitches.
How serious is the accident, Harry? No, he said the accident was serious, but he sustained minor injuries.
Because I was having stitches here and also.
Can you see this?
Can you show us yourself?
That's why. You undergo surgery, stitches.
Stitches. Alright. Any more questions?
Do you have a
It's a true
It's a true story.
Alright. Yes, Chika.
do you have a license during
Did you have girlfriend?
All right. Okay. Who's saying this is a true story? Raise up your hand. True story. This is lie. Raise up your hand. Nobody. Oh, except for Jane. Why Jane?
Because the IC number.
Because I see. Yeah.
Wait, first the grandma.
Oh, di Selangor.
Oh, di Selangor besar di
Selangor. Besar di Putrajaya. So is it true or lies, Kevin? Is it true? It's a true story. Yeah? Stitches. We got two more that we call Edward to come in front. Edward, please. This is interesting. Sorry, two. Yeah. There are two envelopes. You have to hold one on each hand. Okay, who choose on the right side? Raise up your hand. Right side, left side. Okay, we go for the right one. Okay.
I was once detained by the police and held in a lockup for 3 days on charges of participating in an illegal Sorry?
The police station. Which lockup?
I know that they transferred me to the, I think somewhere near Bukit Aman.
Oh, you.
How were you transported to Bukit Aman?
They put me and a few others in a van.
Oh.
Right? I mean, those the one that usually.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Was the prison fruit nice?
Was the prison fruit nice or not?
Definitely not, huh? Yeah. I will remember it for the rest of my life.
Did Ustaz knows about this?
Wasn't pencari kuat lagi. Belum lagi.
Any more questions? No more.
No.
Who said this is true story? Raise up your hands. This is lies. Raise up your hand. Why? Why is lying?
He is not confident in you.
Why is lying?
And knowing Edward kan, he wouldn't be at the wrong place at the wrong time wearing the wrong shirt.
How do you know that?
Cannot be a coincidence. Yes. Why is wrong?
Because when he read the sentence, the expression is like smiling.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Alright, thank you so much, David. Before you go, what is the answer?
What do you think? It's a
Ah.
lie, of course. Good job, guys.
Alright, based on my observation on Edward's reaction, totally give everything to us. Yeah, we can see he's uncomfortable, shaking hands all time, keeping moving back and forth. He tried to reach the comfort state. He is in discomfort feeling. Yeah, can you understand that one? Yeah. Can we move to the last person? Can we have Farah? Farah, thank you so much. All right, guys, left or right? Left, raise up your hand. Right, raise up your hand. I think everyone wants right. Speak louder, please.
I was once left behind by the bus during a rest stop at R&R. At the time, I was on my way back from my hometown during the mid-semester break. Fortunately, my friend managed to stop the bus before it entered the highway.
Okay, can you repeat that again? Some of you guys.
I was once left behind by the bus during a rest stop at an R&R. At the time, I was on my way back to my hometown during the mid-semester break. Fortunately, my friend managed to stop the bus before it entered the highway.
Thank you so much. First questions? Yes?
It is during your diploma days or your degree days? During my diploma.
What's the name of the bus company?
It was, I don't remember, it was a red bus.
Which Aranda?
No, it was Matahari maybe? I don't remember. I don't
No.
The RNR, it was on my way back from Terengganu. I really don't remember.
Other questions?
You were alone? You were alone?
Oh no, I was with my friend.
How did your friend manage to stop the bus?
Because I called her and said, I'm still at the RNR.
She's in the bus.
She's in the bus.
What is your friend's name?
Anisha.
She was in the bus, but she didn't realize you were not there till the bus moved, and she had to wait for your call.
Yeah, because she was sitting at the lone seat in front and I was behind her.
So when she stopped the bus, how did you catch it?
The bus, the bus part before we exit the RNR, there was like before that the part on the side.
What did you learn from that experience?
Not delay. Not delay. And take my sweet time in the toilet.
You were stuck in the toilet.
Yes, I was in the toilet.
What is your seat number?
I don't know, like.
Is it a single seat or
It's a
double?
single seat.
Go back to the destination that you need to go to.
I ran to the bus and I apologized to everyone and then I sat back in the bus.
Do you still friend with your friend?
Yes.
You are studying in Terengganu?
Yes.
Which university?
UITM Bukit Besi.
Bukit Besi.
UTM Bukit Besi.
Yes.
Any
How
more
far
questions?
has the bus moved?
UTM Bukit Besi.
By the time you managed to call your friend?
UTM Bukit Besi. Mana Bukit Besi?
When I realized they weren't in the part, I immediately called. I don't know how far, but they parked at the before we exit.
Okay, how long did it take for you to walk and reach the bus?
Like 10 minutes since the toilet is like near the parking lah. Oh no, I said 10 minutes because I realized yang they dekat dengan parking. I realized they weren't at the parking. Maybe also 10 minutes good. I walk there.
What was your immediate reaction? Did you cry? Did you panic? Did you scream? Or you could
I panic and
straight
cried
away think and take the phone?
I panic and cried and said, Anisha, please help.
Okay, one more question. What is the island near the university?
Island near? I don't know. I'm not familiar.
How long the journey from university to your hometown normally? Terengganu to Melaka, 7 hours.
Did your parents know about this?
Yes.
What did they say?
Why so long in the toilet?
Alright, I think there is enough for questions, yeah. Now, first of all,
Nervous jadi.
who said this is true? Raise up your hands. Who said this is lying? Raise up your hands. So, Farah, is it true or lies?
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Mana ada
Right. Yes. I don't know whether you guys notice or not. I don't know whether you guys notice or not. When people lie, their story will be much more longer. The answer will be much more longer than the truth. The truth is short and simple. Gombak, SMK, Selayang, blah blah. Short and simple. Like Calvin, when it's true, show it over here. Simple, short. When they are lying, they try to make up a story. Yes.
And could I also add, Azreen, is it true because Farah has experienced a few stories prior to her coming out, so I think she's more prepared and her defense mood is very high,
Yes.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Of course, that's why she's standing like this.
Doesn't want to be detected, that's it.
Yeah, that's why she's standing like this. She's prepared for the answers. Yes.
I find the learned thing that she absorbed.
Yes.
Bring it on, and I'm just do this.
Of course. You can spot it right away.
Yeah.
Alright, but she's a good liar as well. You can tell. Be careful. Anyway, you must take note of Farah. Yeah? Take note of Farah.
Good job, Farah. Good job.
Alright. That is amazing. Alright. Can we get back on this? Okay. First of all, the basic theory is simple. When you lie, you perform any deception, dishonesty, or anything falsification, automatically, naturally, you will in the discomfort state. That's why you tend to move here and there, do something like that. Why you do that? Because you want to move from discomfort to comfort state. Do you get this theory now? Now, it's simple because the notable changes, when people lie, you can see the pupils actually dilated, bigger a little bit. And then, from the discomfort state, you can see the body response. The cornea moist has been decreased, meaning that mata jadi kering. Alright? Therefore, there's a dryness in their eyes, which is the indicator we can see the dryness in the eyes. When your eyes is dry, what deception, dishonest falsification, the nervous system is activated. Alright? The nervous system, you feel your nervousness is activated, the notable changes, the body response, your heart rate will be increasing. When your heart rate is increasing, indication is simple. Dry mouth because of the rapid breathing. Yeah, you're panicking, you're nervous. And then you feel discomfort because of dry mouth, because of rapid breathing. What you do to reach comfort zone? What you do? You're going to lick your lips. Right? So we can say that if people doing dishonest or lies, they after a fraction of a second, they will tend to lick their lips. Okay? Right. So I have several, yeah, I know. I have a YouTube channel, by the way. Yeah. So I compile most of the clips so that you can watch them and then understand even more. Alright? Okay?
Aku tak ambil duit tu. Aku beli pakai duit aku sendiri kot. Why not, bro? I earned everything I've done. Everything I've done. Everything I've done. Good day, everybody. I hope you guys doing just fine. So, apa persamaannya antara dua act of behavior sebentar tadi? Both of them are lying. That's what we call gestures of lying. Everybody lies. But you know what? There's one thing that doesn't lie. Your body language. Bapak akan reveal beberapa gestures yang sering dikaitkan dengan menipu. If you are lying, people can detect whether you are lying or not by using your body language. Okay, the first gestures, the classic gestural lips. Apabila seseorang itu habis dia menipu, he or she will perform a mouth thrust. Dia akan squeeze mulut dia ke bawah. Kalau dengan orang yang expert menipu, dia takkan tunjuk benda tu depan kau. If you are on the phone, hey, kau kat mana ni? Okay, on the way. Number 2, pain in the neck. When people lie, the blood pressure is increasing and it stimulates the tissue behind their neck. They tend to rub their neck after they're lying. Have you washed your hands? Yeah, I did. You wash your hands today? Yeah, of course. Number 3, rapid eye blinking. When people lie, the blood pressure is increasing. There are dryness in their eyes. Mata jadi kering makes you blinking a few times. Bila kau bercerita, cerita tu tak betul, masa kau menipu, mungkin kau akan kelip mata beberapa kali.
I knew that in the face of their illegal activity, I still had to behave lawfully. But I wanted to be legal without being particularly helpful.
Sama juga kalau seorang itu rub dia punya mata sini kan, try to stop without their consent, try to tell something that wasn't true at all, he tend to rub his eyes while talking. Number 4, the collar pool. Benda ni biasa kita tengok kalau seseorang itu dia pakai suits ataupun pakai baju berbeza. When he lies, the blood pressure is increasing, it makes them sweating throughout the conversation. I think we need a breaker. It's not good. his name. Number 5, stepward and self-hugging. It indicates that he's not sure what he's talking about. Aku tak ambil duit tu, aku beli pakai duit aku sendiri kot.
Not much. I'm sure we can cut most of our costs.
Why not, bro? I earned everything I've got. Everything I've got. Everything I've got. Some bonus tips. Kita selalu dengar kalau orang tu sedang menipu, dia tak buat eye contact. That was a myth. Hanya mitos semata-mata. Kalau dia orang menipu, they will make a serious eye contact with that person and trying to convince that person that he wasn't lying. If the person doesn't make any eye contact, it means 2 things. Whether he wasn't sure about the answer or he trying to recall back the truth. Kalau kita tanya soalan pada orang menipu dan orang itu cuba untuk menipu, dia akan repeat back the question. Is everything fine, honey? Yeah, everything's fine.
Right. Yeah, that is some of the clips that I tried to compile. I'm so sorry, Shabi, if you don't understand some of the words because I speak in Bahasa.
No, I understand. I'm reading body language.
That is amazing. I got another video which is similar to the first one, but there's another thing that I want to show you, which is a compilation of clips. Most of the clips is related to the American presidents. Yeah.
Sejak aku kerja sini, aku tak ambil rasuah.
I did not have sexual relations.
Pada minggu lepas, kalau korang ingat, aku ada buat video pasal cara detect orang menipu. Alhamdulillah, penerimaan yang sangat baik daripada viewers. It triggers me to do another video with the same topic. If you want to see that video, you can click somewhere around that. And today, we're going to continue cara lain untuk detect orang menipu. Gestures number 1, the shoulder flinch. Masa kau menipu, obviously, you know the truth. When you're lying, your shoulder started to flinch. There are something that want to get off from your chest, but you cannot. Kau dah tipu pada awal tadi, buatkan kau tak boleh meluahkan perkara itu, membuatkan kau yang boleh flinch. Gesture number 2, the finger pointing and chopping. When you're lying, your brain works so much to make stuff up. You tend to express it quickly, then you tend to make a very bold statement. Bila ada gesture tangan yang terlalu banyak, kita boleh detect banyak benda daripada situ. Chopping sahaja ada beberapa maksud. And then, if the person pointing fingers and starts to chop, he try to express statement that something bold. Sejak aku kerja sini, aku tak ambil rasuah.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Gestures number 3, the contra response. Gestures yang macam ni sangat senang untuk detect. Apabila dia menipu, kepala dia akan bergerak kontra dengan apa yang dia cakap. Bagi contoh, I did not do that. Normally, the head shaking no, but the mouth say yes, or vice versa. You know it wasn't true, your brain knows, your body knows, but you can't, your mouth denying it.
That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true.
Gestures number 4, the leg cross. Bila kau menipu, kau dalam keadaan yang nervous. Dalam masa yang sama, badan kau cuba tenangkan diri and then cuba duduk dalam keadaan yang selesa. Because you are in this comfort zone. You're being nervous, you're trying to be comfortable, hence the leg cross. But that is the gesture of not giving stuff away. Dia cuba defend penipuan dia dengan cara membuat satu penghadang. That was signaled by the leg cross.
The news of this day is that Kenneth Stalker, independent counsel, is investigating allegations that you suborned perjury by encouraging a 24-year-old woman, former White House intern, to lie under oath in a civil deposition about her having had an affair with you. Mr. President, is that true? That is not true.
Number 5, the classic qualifying statements. Benda ni kita boleh nampak kalau dia berada di dalam satu argument. It's a stress motion whereby a person, when he try to lie, and then people keep asking so many questions, so he cannot come up with a further lie because he knows when he try to don't get caught. So he tends to express it boldly. Benda ni selalu dia akan bermula dengan perkataan, aku cakap sekali je, or I'm going to say it once. Aku cakap sekali je, aku tak curi, aku tak curi.
I'm going to say this once. One more was released just as much as the call.
quite a qualifying statement. Alright, some bonus tips. The micro expression. So you know there's a lot of muscle in our face below. Every single emotion, including happy, stress, disgust, anger, what is shown in your face. So what is micro expression? It is quick, it is hard to detect, and most of all, it's hard to hide. But dia akan menjadi secara tidak sedap. It was very quick. It was a sign of discomfort. For example, slight movement of the face, lips lying, lips contraction, squeezing of the forehead, including the eyebrow, displacement of the jaw, wiping hands on the leg. Sometimes when you are very stressed, you tend to pull up your trousers or pull up your socks. The dimple on the cheek moves, stroke of the hair, if it's a woman from at the back, some light touching on the neck, that to display some discomfort. Itu tandanya dia tidak mahu share sesuatu dengan kita.
Right. So there is a video. If you can check out further in my YouTube channel, that would be great as well. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Yeah. Now, this is what I did in my research. Yeah. So I compiled those every single indicators that I can find, and then I put in this framework. Yeah. Now, when you reach discomfort, there are some notable changes. Yeah. Some notable changes. For example, nervous system activation. You can see the body response. The adrenaline increases, and then you can find the heart rate. This is where the indication is simple: increase in sweating, dry mouth, rapid breathing, and then you can see the counter action. Most of the people adjusting their collars, yeah? Sometimes they're licking lips and then wiping their sweat. Like that. Some of them doing voluntary facial expression, show the micro expression that we learned just now. You can see the subtle frowns, tension muscle tissues, stiff face muscle, and then in order for them to move the comfort zone, they do rapid twitches, face scratching, and sometimes their mouth squeezing. Right? Blood flow changes. This I covered this already. They will do this. Yeah, adjusting collar, licking lips, wiping sweat, minor scratching as well, rubbing their necks like this. Okay, I already covered the pupils, rapid blinking, sometimes face twitching, sometimes rubbing their eyes. And then I want to emphasize this, yeah, cognitive loads. For body response, this, you can see the skin essentially conductance, yeah, mental block, they cannot speak quite clearly. You can see speech irregularities and then abnormalities muscle tissues. In order for them to move to comfort zone, they hesitation to answer, hands chopping gesture, some heavy eye contact, and repetitive response. You're going to repeat back what is the questions. Right? So, before we end the session, I want to recap back the learning outcome for today. I hope that you will be able to differentiate between macro and micro face expression. And then I'm also hoping that you'll be able to identify the comfort and discomfort reaction. There are two things over here. Yeah. Now, the macro and micro expression. In order for you to differentiate, there's three things. First of all, the duration. Micro expression took only less a fraction of a second, 0.5. Macro could be lasting longer. And then micro expression is involuntary, difficult to fake, yeah. But macro expression definitely easy to fake, right? Emotional leakage. Micro expression is a true emotion, and macro reflects what person want to show. That's why they try to fake it. And again, comfort and discomfort reaction you can able to identify based on the facial expression as well. Yeah, from the hair